Lucy, why did you bring me a bowl with apples today? I know why, because we are going to be learning about the famous artist, Paul Cezanne. Paul Cezanne is known as the father of modern painting. He was a French post-impressionistic painter. He's best known for his still life paintings. A still life is when an artist paints objects that cannot move, such as fabrics, vases, and even fruit. Paul Cezanne especially liked to incorporate apples into his paintings. Today, we are going to honor the life of Paul Cezanne by doing our own still life. But instead of incorporating apples, we are going to do a chalk pastel still life of a pear. Alright, so today we are going to make a pear using pastel pencils, a half sheet of black paper, and pastel chalk. Now before we get started with our pear, we need to talk about where our light source is coming from. And so this pear, we'll pretend that it is sitting on a kitchen counter. We'll kind of draw it in the middle, and we're gonna pretend that there is a light bulb right up here. We're gonna pretend that it's hanging, and the light is coming out of the light bulb. And so our light would be kind of coming from the upper right-hand corner of our paper. So we're gonna keep that in mind as we do the pear today, so we know our lights are coming from this direction and our shadow would be on the left side. The first thing I want you to do is choose a lighter color pencil, either white, yellow, or gray, pink, any of those colors will work. I'm going to choose white just so you can see it better. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a pear. Now, don't worry too much about making it perfect. Every pear comes from nature. Every shape is just a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is kind of just go ahead and go for it. I'm going to go ahead and draw a pear. Then I'm going to go ahead and draw a table that the pear is sitting on. After I do that, I'm going to go ahead and draw a little circle up top. And from that circle, I'm going to draw a tinier circle above it. From that tiny circle, I'm going to do 2 straight lines down into that larger circle. Here I have my outline of the pear. Now, we're going to go ahead and begin with our lights. Like I said, the light is coming in from the upper right corner. We're going to go ahead and start with a white chalk pastel. And we are going to follow this outline of the pear to about right there. So go ahead, kind of follow that outline of the pear. Then I also kind of want you to put a little bit of white coming over here. Okay. So that is where your white should be, kind of along the outside of the pear and a little bit in the middle, kind of making a C shape. Next, I would like for you to take a green. I'm going to go ahead and take a green, and now we're going to kind of follow that white, almost going over it a little bit, going up to that circle. Let it kind of go back over here. Kind of fill in this spot in between the 2 whites. Kind of go down below. Follow this circle a little bit up top here. Now I actually have a couple different shades of green. If you have a darker green pastel, go ahead and take that. If you only have this color green, it'll work okay. Now we're gonna kind of outline. I'm gonna kind of go on the outside of this white. Tuck it under along the bottom. Okay, excellent. Now, my darkest color is going to be on the left side where the light cannot reach, and I am going to go ahead and I am going to take a blue and I'm going to kind of do the blue along the edge on the left side. Like this. I'm going to kind of wrap it under. Uh-oh, my pastel broke. I'm just going to blow it. Alright, I'm going to kind of go on the outside here, kind of defining the top of the pear and then kind of where the bottom of the pear begins, wrapping it underneath. Now with this blue, I'm going to do that in little circle that we drew. And now I am going to take it and I'm going to do a shadow. I'm going to draw the shadow first, so it's going to be about from right here to the bottom. I'm going to fill this in with the blue. I might even kind of go a little bit higher there. Excellent. Now, while we're dealing with blue, let's go ahead and take out our blue chalk pastel pencil, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in the stem with blue. I'm going to go ahead and kind of define where that shadow would be. It'd be right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my white pastel pencil and fill in that dot, drawing a line on the right side of the stem and kind of defining where the upper part of the pear would be, like this. Okay. All right, now is time for the foreground and the background. We're gonna do the ground a purple, and we're gonna do a little bit of purple and red and orange in the background. So let's go ahead and begin with our lights again. Let's go ahead and take the white pastel. And we're just gonna do a little bit of white coming from this corner, kind of coming down like that. Now let's go ahead and take some orange. I'm gonna kind of go, see how I'm holding my pastel on the side? That way I can kind of fill in a bigger area. I'm going to stop right at the table here. Just kind of go fill in the rest of the background with this orange above where the table would be. Excellent. Now we have a very orange background. We're going to go ahead and take a red now, and we're just going to do a couple of hints of red. Don't fill in the whole background. A couple of hints here and there. All right. Now it's time for us to take a purple. We'll do a couple of hints of purple only on the left side because it's going to be our dark side. So our light cannot really reach there. So we're just going to do a couple here. Now I'm going to start kind of defining where that table would be. I'm going to kind of do a mark under the pear. Kind of a little bit of purple shaping the pear like that. Okay. Now I'm going to fill in the rest of the table with purple. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my white. I'm going to kind of do a little bit white on that side. Let's go ahead and take our red and we'll do a little hit of red kind of down here. All right, now it is time for us to shake off the excess chalk. I'm gonna wipe my hands, and when we blend, we have to be very careful not to blend all the colors and have no definition in our painting anymore. So we have to make sure that we keep the highlights and we keep the shadows. So I'm gonna be very careful when I blend. I'm gonna take one finger. I'm just gonna kind of softly go along the white and kind of blend it with the orange. Kind of going along, kind of blending it. And I'm following the shape of the pear. That's all I'm gonna blend the pear. Now I'm gonna blend the shadow in the foreground, kind of moving my finger around sporadically. I'm not going in the same direction. I'm not pressing too hard. Now I'm gonna use a new finger to kind of gently blend the background, just gently. Oops. All right, now we are done with our pear. The only thing we're gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little bit of this white and kind of redefine some of the highlights in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take my pastel chalk pencil, and I'm going